letters that are here within contained were never intended for public consumption. They are private letters, written most frequently in the heat of passion and containing confessions, secrets, thoughts, and feelings that the letter writer would have more happily died than ever willingly have exposed to the punishing glare of society. However, now that all of the letter writers, with the exception of myself, are dead, in prison, or hopelessly insane, I have no compunction at gathering the lot of them, arranging them in their sequence of events, and presenting them to you, my discerning readership. The events that are herein chronicled began in the year of our Lord 1748. It has taken me years to gather these letters through blackmail, bribery, theft, debauchery, and downright barbarism from the hands into which they have fallen. I have changed no name. I have blunted no edges. I only ask that as you read the lives of these poor souls laid bare, you do so and measure them against that most honest of all yardsticks, the very secrets that you yourself withhold. My dear reader, as I sit in my study composing the preface to this volume, I imagine you, some 276 years in the future, perhaps, sitting in your cozy study with your feet up on your ottoman, roasting your stockinged feet by the cheerful fire in your fireplace, and holding this volume in your hands, you press against the soft brown leather. Your imagination runs away with you. Your anticipation is fevered. So excited are you that even without opening the book, you can imagine what the people who populate these pages look like. So in tune is your imagination with the words of these pages that you can guess, even without opening the book, out of the 5 people standing in the forefront of your imagination, which one of them has written the first letter. I can even imagine that on the count of 3, you will shout out the color of the outfit they're wearing. 1, 2, 3!
Blue.
Dear reader, did you say blue?
I did.
If you did, because I wouldn't know because you're 276 years in the future. You are correct! And dear reader, I can also imagine that so excited with this little guessing game you are, that you could guess which of these 4 remaining people is receiving the first letter. And on the count of 3, I imagine you shout that out. 1, 2, 3! Purple! Did you say purple?
Did.
If you did, you are correct. Now, my dear reader, as you imagine the first letter writer sitting at her desk, so nervous she knocks everything over, and hurriedly replaces her pen and ink. Why, dear reader, can you guess, why is she so flustered at this moment? 1, 2, 3!
Affair.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Because she is having an affair. My dear reader, sit back, open your book, and enjoy A series of scandalous letters and dangerous liaisons.
Madame Claire to Monsieur Pierre. My dearest brother, I write to you in hopes that you will not judge me and that you will hold the same sibling love in your heart for me as always. For you see, the other day while I was at the lake, there was a handsome lawyer that showed up. I was so nervous, feeding the ducks. I did not hear him approaching.
Hello? Oh, forgive me, I'm just a handsome lawyer.
Hello, monsieur.
I have not seen you here at Lake Pascal before.
Well, my husband, he lives just in that estate. We just moved into his home.
Oh, you're married.
Yes.
How unfortunate. It isn't often the neighborhood sees a woman of such delight.
I must admit, brother, it felt pleasant to receive such kind words from a stranger, but I tried to keep my head on my shoulders. So, monsieur, whereabouts do you live?
Oh, I live in that mansion up on that hill over there.
It's so glorious.
Do you like it?
It's charming, but I love my home as well.
You must come and visit sometime, you and your husband.
Oh, we would love that. Yes. Or maybe he might be busy, I don't know.
My name is Claude. Claude Agnew.
Claire Mouton.
Ah, Mouton. From the Debenois Moutons?
Yes? Do you know of us?
Do I know of you? The Moutons are quite famous, well known for their grace and beauty.
Well, I should say that now that I'm married, I'm no longer a Mouton. I keep forgetting that I am wed to a interesting man. He is quite special.
It seems you have run out of bread to feed the ducks. May I offer you some of mine?
Oh, why, thank you. You must enjoy coming to feed the ducks as well?
I do.
Well, you will have to introduce me to everyone in this town, for I know no one in this area.
You know, there is a way of feeding the ducks that gather their attention more readily. May I help you?
By all means.
Oh, please.
Oh, I see that they're enjoying this so much more.
Well, my dear, I would like to have an affair with you.
And that, my brother, I was shook to my core. I was so nervous, I knocked over the picnic basket I had.
Oh, my dear, oh! A bottle of champagne.
Wow, that's magnificent. And I must tell you, brother, in that moment, my judgment was impaired. It was between the nervousness and the champagne. I don't know what came over myself, but... Monsieur, would you like to go to your mansion?
Indeed I would. We shall give the champagne to the ducks.
So, my dear brother, I do not know what else I should do, for as loyal as I am to my husband, my heart has been awoken to someone else. I miss you, and I hope to see you soon. Love, your sister, Claire.
Mouton to Marie-Yield-on. Marie, I write to you with fog of war in my heart. My sister has committed the most atrocious of crimes. She is having an affair.
I thought you were going to say she killed somebody. That's horrible.
She, married to the greatest piss boy in the land, is now meeting with a lawyer. Can you believe it? Going from piss boy to lawyer. Well, it's no surprise what happened at the chateau that very same night after I met with her. There she was, pompously powdering her cheeks, as if she had not just betrayed her husband's trust. She looked like she was glowing. Oh, my mother and my father do love her so, but if they knew what she was into, oh, she would simply fall down the ladder of their graces. You look proud of yourself, sister.
My brother, you came.
Mwah, mwah. I did. I cannot believe what you are doing, my sister. Do you love this lawyer of yours?
I would not call it love exactly, but I guess maybe I could love him.
It seems only yesterday we were having this conversation about your husband.
My dear, I'm home!
Henri!
Best not, I'm just returning from work.
Monsieur Henri!
My favorite brother-in-law.
Yes.
My son-in-law and my two beautiful children.
Well,
Come have a seat.
Thank you. I must rest my aching back.
so glad am I to see you both.
Yes.
Yes. What news? What news? I see a new glow upon your face, daughter.
Yes, my dearest love, I must confess there seems to be something different about you. A new aroma you're wearing, perhaps. A perfume?
Aroma indeed.
It's a new cream from Paris.
Oh, it's a cream,
supposed to
all
make
right.
you glow.
Well, if you'll all excuse me, I must get changed before dinner. I've had a long day in the courts attending to His Majesty, and, well, you know, excuse me.
Well, Martin, please, a brief moment, for I do want to say that I am going to make a new celebration for your first year of being wed. I have invited all of the town.
Oh, how splendid!
Yes, and we shall hopefully be able to make a new surprise if I were to hear that perhaps a child will be on its way.
Oh, we will let you know.
Oh, very well. Well, I do look forward to having...
What you did not know at that moment is that she was, in fact, with child.
Nonetheless, it'll be a surprise in 1 week's time. Please, Martin, let us be off.
Yes.
My dearest sister, I do hope you enjoy your celebration.
Pierre, you laugh as if you mock me. I cannot stand you think of me less of a person that I made a poor judgment.
Poor judgment. With a lawyer. Ah, it's precious. Well, I shall leave you to your devices, my dearest sister. Mwah, mwah. And so I laughed all the way to my stable. But I grabbed my poles, and I did what I always do, be a locksmith. So, Marie, I do wish you the best and hope to see you soon. Monsieur Mouton.
From Marie to Celeste. Oh, my dear best friend. You are not going to believe this. Claire is having an affair. Yes, I know. I know that look. I can picture your face right now. You are looking disgusted. It's a lawyer, for God's sakes. There is a right way and a wrong way to have an affair, and we need to teach her. So, I've asked our friend, Gretty, to meet me at the tea garden for a potluck. I do hope you can join us, but I do need to tell you what happened when I talked to her. Gretty. Oh, Gretty.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
My darling.
Are you ready to learn the ways of the affairs?
I already know a few of my own tricks to have an affair, but we do need to teach our Claire. She's having an affair with a lawyer,
Oh dear.
and she doesn't know the first thing about having an affair.
But does she know about law?
No.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, she's going about flaunting it. Everybody saw her at the duck pond. You don't have an affair at a duck pond. If you're going to have one, you need to have one in a barn where nobody's going to see you. Oh dear, it's a scandal.
Mademoiselle, you are mistaken.
How am I mistaken?
The best way to have an affair is with a lawyer.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, tell me then. Perhaps I need to learn something. We only have one lawyer in town, though, so I suppose I'll go to another town if I like what you tell me.
Lawyers know everything legal. They can arrange for marriages to cease to exist.
So you think that he'd like to try to annul her marriage? Well, then what good is an affair if you can't have it in secret? That's more fun.
I don't know. You're speaking to someone who is not very good at these kinds of matters.
Oh, Celeste, we have so much work to do. Darling, what shall we do to help her? I mean, I think we're going to have to meet her. All of the women in this town need to help her understand how you're going to have a proper affair.
Indeed.
Forgive me, I was not aware this room was taken.
Sir, if you're ever interested in having an affair, here's my card.
I'm afraid I'm all ready.
Oh, and then Celeste, this very handsome man came in the middle of our conversation. I don't know what he wanted, but I thought I should fix my hair.
Hello, madame.
May I help you?
Yes, in fact, I'm meeting a friend of mine here, one Jean-Paul.
Jean-Paul.
Yes,
Here in the tea garden?
indeed.
This is a ladies-only tea garden.
I know, this way none of the other men will see us.
Are you having an affair?
John-Paul and I?
It's the perfect place for an affair then if you're a man and you're in an all-women's tea garden.
John-Paul and I no longer have affairs.
Oh. Well, what business then do you have of Jean-Paul?
Why don't you wait? I'm sure he'll come any moment.
Well,
Dressed
this
in
isn't-
his characteristic fur coat.
This is terribly intriguing.
Ah! Was this taken?
Please, come in. This is an all-women's tea garden. Why don't you join the crowd?
I did not know we would have company.
I was unaware that the garden was occupied, but that's all right. She cares to listen to our conversation. Jean-Paul, my good friend, so good to see you.
Oh, yes, so good to see you as well.
Well, and like any man, Celeste, they totally made me invisible.
Jean-Paul, I am having an affair with a beautiful woman who's pregnant with my child.
Celeste! She's having a child. Of course, I think I knew that.
And yet, I care not if you hear what I say.
And why is that?
Because, Jean-Paul, shame of all things, I have fallen in love with her.
Now that is not how you have an affair. You don't fall in love. You simply use their bodies for your pleasure.
Monsieur, I've looked up to you my entire life. I've followed in your footsteps. You took me in under your wing, and now you break my heart with this news.
I know. Perhaps, madame, it is all to the best that you are here. Help me. Don't you see the pickle I'm in? I am a lawyer. I am a reprobate, a rake. Jean-Paul is my protege. I have taken him under my wing to teach him how to debauch and defame, to teach him how to rove the land from one lady's lap to another. And here I am, shamefacedly, head over heels, in love.
Well, this is dreadful. Now you're going to have to join our support group for people who have to learn how to have affairs. For God's sakes, doesn't anybody know what to do around here?
Tell me, madame, are you equally as talented in teaching one to fall out of love after love?
Yes, of course I am.
Then teach me, help me, the two of you. I can't be trapped thus.
And dear Celeste, that's where I had to leave them to start taking notes. The class on how to not fall in love after you have fallen in love will be commencing on another date to be decided. So, my dear Celeste, we have work to do. Yours, Marie.
Celeste to Pierre. My dear friend and fun little secret lover at times, we are in quite the pickle, are you not? It appears that the Moutons are now quite the talk of the town, since this lawyer, among other apparent large things, has quite a large tongue and mouth. He has been talking about said affair all over town. I must tell you what I overheard while I was at the Mass. Oh, the Mass? The Mass at the church, where I met a tea hostess who had quite something to say.
Did you enjoy the Mass?
It was rather churchy. So, thank you. I thought, are my friends not here yet?
Oh, no, they have not arrived. You look troubled, my dear.
I was troubled.
Why? Oh, well, here your friends have arrived.
My friends looked quite anxious. Oh, hello there. You seem rather anxious.
This feels like an intervention of sorts.
Well, it is, darling. If you're going to have an affair, you need to do it in secret. This is an intervention, so we can teach you how to do that. but it almost might be too late since the whole town is talking about
The
it.
whole town?
Yes!
This is why you should never have an affair with a lawyer. They'd like to talk.
Or maybe you shouldn't be having an affair at all.
You didn't see him feed the ducks.
He's in love with you, you know.
Yes?
She seemed to blush
You're not supposed to smile, dear.
and get rather sweaty.
Yes, he is.
Claude,
Claire.
this is a women's only tea house.
In a church.
Please leave.
Claire, I want to marry you.
Do you not know that she is already married?
But I am a lawyer. I can do lawyer things about that.
That's true.
Claire, our baby grows in your body.
Are you also a psychic lawyer?
Yes. Claire, I admit that when I first met you at that duck pond, and when I first held your hand and helped you crush those breadcrumbs and sprinkle them delicately for the ducks, I was thinking of you as just another conquest. But I am here to tell you, with my heart on my sleeve, that you have conquered me. And for the first time in my adult life, I am in love. I want to marry you, my darling. I want to raise that baby as our own. I will give you everything you ever wanted, if only you would make me the happiest man in the world and consent to be my wife.
Claire! What is the meaning of this?
Marty's tea room is for ladies only.
I am off attending to the priests and their holy water.
He
Only
was
to
just
come looking for you and find you.
practicing on her because he's proposing to me.
A lie! It's a bold-faced lie, sir. I have come to wed your wife. You, sir? Yes. Why, you're nothing but a lowly lawyer. And you stand here in front of the high piss boy in the court of the King of France.
You shame me for my profession. We can't all have been born into a line of royal piss people.
Well, yes, it is true that I am of a line of succession that has held the bedpans from Louis XI through Louis XVI.
Do you see how he lords it over me?
And our child will continue that line. Yes, our child.
You see, Pierre, I have never seen a man weep as much as this lawyer did. And he just kept weeping.
Oh, please, there's no crying in the tea room.
But Claire, let us abscond from this tea room apse of the Holy Church. Back to our home where we make preparations for our massive party tonight where we announce the birth of our child.
Marcel, please. I require you.
Excuse me, it shall not be but one of the moment. Come in, mother-in-law.
Is that your final answer then?
It was her final answer, Pierre.
Then you should know, madame, if you have not made a husband, you have made an enemy.
This is why you need taking affair lessons. They always go badly when you don't.
So, you see, Pierre, the Moutons are in quite the pickle. I shall see you later tonight in the woods at our normal spot. Signed yours, dearly, Celeste.
Monsieur Mouton, to Madame Claire. My dear sister, I cannot express with words how deliciously juicy your situation is to me. As you know, Papa and Mama have always preferred you. But I know your secret, girl. And so, I have brought Papa to his favorite drinking place, the hair salon, to discuss certain matters. And there he was, walking slowly, so slowly.
My boy.
Mwah, mwah. There, please, Papa, sit.
This is my wonderful friend whom I met just last night, Caroline.
Caroline. Mwah.
Yes, Caroline, please, take a respite.
Papa, did you enjoy the festivities?
I did, very much so.
Well, I hope you are indeed in a good mood.
Yes. The finest of moods. I'm going to be a grandpapa for the first time.
Yes, of course you are, Papa. Papa, I hope you...
Very good, very good.
I hope you have reconsidered whom you are going to leave the chateau to.
Of course.
You have?
It will be to Claire, of course. For she is going to bear the bloodline of our family. And it will all be given to her. Here, I must tell you something, my son. Ever since the passing of your mother,
He said, weeping and kneeling and looking upon the heavens.
I have been a lonely man these past 7 years. I have felt even the deepest meaning of family and how important it is to have family nearby, to have true bloodline lead the way. And of course, if you were to be with child yourself, then it would have been you, but I must give it to my clan, and with other news to share, Caroline and I.
We're getting married! Yes!
And I may perhaps put another bread in the oven, as it were.
Papa, but you must reconsider. I am the firstborn. My mother and you have always put me in the back of the room whenever she is around. Not you, my sister, whenever she is around.
That is because we favored her more.
But Papa, do I not make you proud? I am the finest locksmith this side of the Nice River.
Yes, locksmith. You have a fine profession, my boy. It is not, of course, as luxurious as piss boy.
I know that, Papa, but...
Your father is very proud of you.
Yeah.
He talks often about how much you've overcome being so stupid and all.
Yes. You see, you've always been rather dull in the mind.
And ugly.
Yes, and ugly, of course. And quick to temper. So therefore, my son, as you can see, Claire would be the most obvious choice.
Of course, Papa.
Yes, very good. I'm glad you understand. Now, if you do not mind, Caroline and I must be off.
So, my dearest sister, I festered and festered, and I thought with my dull head. And I wish you to know that your secret shall be no longer. For come the night of the celebration, I will tell our father everything. Oh, and I'm going to marry my dear woman.
Not Celeste.
Yes, Celeste. In case you were wondering. And we shall have a child. And we shall have the chateau, and your life will be in tatters. Love, your brother.
celebration. We were all there, dancing away, all of us together.
Oh, my dear, it was a lovely evening.
Such a lovely evening, my love. Oh, nothing can go wrong tonight.
Oh, if I should have all of your attention. Please. Well, it appears your brother wishes to make a toast. My dear friends, my dearest papa, you. I am so happy to be present at my dearest sister's celebration of anniversary and promise of birth.
I hope you don't mind I invited my lawyer. What?
Oh, how lovely! Well, since you are here, I would like to make it known to the entirety of this party. Oh my God!
Marie!
Claire! Somebody! Doctor!
Claire! My darling!
It must be the baby.
No! Unhand her!
You should know at once, sir. This is my baby!
Lies! Your lies! Are you all right? My dear, you look flushed. Just down with some water! Not only is it my baby, but I am going to see to it that your marriage is annulled, and she shall marry me if it's the last thing I do! You filthy villain! How dare you sully the doorstep of my homecoming here and spread such horrible, terrible rumors! Claire, at once speak the truth. Let him know the truth. If you don't love me, fine, but at least let him know whose baby that is. Yes, sister, tell him.
Is this some sort of a dramatic play?
No, Father!
Yes, it's a play.
It is not a play!
How delightful!
The child is his! His child is hers! He is his boy! And I am with child! What? Well, I'm not me. I'm married.
You're married.
Yes! And we are with child.
Beloved!
Yes!
How dare you to take away from our celebration to spread these lies at our celebration?
Claire,
Claire, please.
please.
Let your brother have his moment. We were just caught up in a moment of passion and wanted you to be able to celebrate births of not just one, but 2 grandchildren.
Is the words that speak tonight, is this true, my daughter? Claire, please tell me the truth.
I didn't have the heart to tell him the truth, so instead, I ran off into the gardens and hoped he would not find me.
Claire!
Claire!
This matter shall be settled soon enough. For all in the line of the #1 piss boy in all of France are born with a birthmark. A very particular birthmark. One in the shape of a bedpan. Right above their upper thigh area. When that child is born with said mark, you shall all see. The child is mine. You shall all see. Oh, Claire! Claire, wait for me!
And so, my dearest friend Marie, I do not know what I should do. My heart longs for Claude, but my allegiance is to my family and to Martine. If you need me, you will find me in the garden among the roses. Love, Claire.
From Marie to Claude. Dear Claude, I owe you an apology. I had a meeting with my best friend, Claire, in the parlor. We were meeting with a midwife.
Will the baby be here soon? No, not at all. Oh, I tire of carrying this giant person.
My dear Claire, I am so sorry. You come to this town looking for friends, and you had no one when you first got here, and you embroiled yourself in a scandal right away. That usually doesn't happen for the first year.
I must say, it's important to decide who you wish to attend the birth. Now, it must be somebody that you absolutely trust wholeheartedly. Now, do you have that person in mind?
And do you wish to tell us, and we will hold it in confidence, whatever you say here in this room? Who do you wish to be with?
The father of my child.
And who might that be, dear? Do you know?
It is Claude.
Then we shall find a way for you to be with your love. Do you indeed love him?
I do, but I just worry about my father and Martine, and this will wreck my family.
But it's your life. And if you're not happy, Freddie, if she's not happy, we're not happy.
Well, I do not wish to make either of you unhappy.
Well, we are unhappy, so you've done that.
Shame, shame.
Funny I wasn't invited to your little gathering.
My medical checkup?
Well, are we not best friends?
We are sisters, I assume now.
Soon to be.
Celeste, it's so important we help her.
Yes, we should help you. You should be with the man you love and allow your brother to take care of your family.
That is your ulterior motive.
What is your motive?
My motive is love.
So be with who you love and let your brother have his family love.
I'm trying, Claude, truly. I want her to tell us what she wants.
Must you have everything? Must you have your love affair and your estate and the love of your family?
Yes, I want everything!
Well, that's just not how the world works. So it seems like you have an important decision to make.
And with that, Claude, she went off to sort out what she truly wanted. And with that, I hope it goes the way that you wish it to be, for, as I said, I do apologize. Yours, Marie.
Claude to Jean-Paul. My dear friend, I am a father. I had never anticipated such bliss and joy, but no. Let me tell you how it all happened. Jean-Paul, you must imagine your friend, Claude, pacing nervously in the antechamber while Claire was off in her chamber, surrounded by the midwife and the various ladies of the town who gathered. only the beginning, Jean-Paul. The screams rose to a pitch unparalleled from human vocal cord ere that moment. And then I heard the baby cry.
Monsieur Claude, I hope I'm not interrupting your nervous pacing.
The baby.
He's fine. They are checking his thigh now. But regardless, boy,
Claire, how's Claire?
she's alive and kicking. Unfortunately. My boy, I want you to grab life by the balls. I mean, hold the